Hi everyone, good evening. You're welcome to the channel. So, we're getting ready to get going here with the New York E-Prix. As you can see from my background, I'm in New York. Not really. Um, I've been very much looking forward to this double header actually because I've been so immersed in Formula One for the last couple of weeks. Of course, we had the last three races one after the other. And it's quite stressful. All this Hamilton versus Verstappen battling, it's stressful. So now I want to get back into this where we have no idea who's going to win this race. Even looking at the starting grid from pole position, we can see Cassidy is on pole position. Cassidy, of course, was on pole position in one of the Rome E-Prix as well, and it didn't work out so well for him. It really, really didn't work out so well for him. I think he lost it into one of the first corners, and I was praising him at the time. I remember it very well. I was praising him, saying that he's doing really well, and then yeah, the car just stepped out on him as he went into the turn. So that's the way it seems to go. I need to adjust my volume here slightly. All right. Where are we in the championship at the moment? So just a reminder, round 9 was, of course, the second race from the Mexican E-Prix. Gosh, that must have been 4 or 5 weeks ago at this stage. Very, very controversial 2 rounds of racing, of course, because we had so many disqualifications and changes to the final positions. And actually, earlier today, when I was trying to think about who won the last race, I knew Mortara won, but I couldn't remember who came second and third. Verline did come second on the track, just like he came first in the race before that, but got demoted to fourth in the end. So it was actually Cassidy, who's our pole sitter today, who was second in the last race, and Roland was in third. Roland has been showing up, his teammate Buemi, in the races this year. Not as much in qualifying. I think Buemi had a good qualifying again today. But it's a tricky one. Okay, let me see if I can move us on here to the next slide. I had driver standings after round 9. So these are the standings coming into the race this weekend. Surprisingly, you can see Eduardo Mortara is now leading the championship. And he's not just leading by a few points, he's leading by 10 points, which is one of the biggest leads we've had all year so far. Which took me a little bit by surprise, but you can see there from his results, he's fairly consistent in the way he's been going about doing this, so fair play to him. Robin Freins has dropped off the top. He had a bad run of results in Mexico, scoring no points, as you can see. And Antonio Felix da Costa, look at that, he's in third place. He's 12 points behind the leader. Of course, he's the reigning champion, and he will be doing his very, very best to ensure that he can get his championship back. I really like Antonio Felix da Costa. I know I was speaking about him as well. I probably shouldn't speak about anyone actually. So I was speaking about him at the last Watchalong, and then he crashed into the wall. So that's the way it goes. So I need to be very careful with my praise today. René Rast, look at that. René Rast is in 4th place, but he's actually on the same amount of points as Antonio Felix da Costa. So it's still really, really tight at the top of the championship, even at this point in the championship. So anybody could win this. And having these 2 races back to back, Vern did very well the last time we were in New York, and he's high up in the positions here for this race as well. So having these 2 races back to back will make a major dent into the championship for some of these drivers. Nick De Vries and Stoffel van Dorn as well. Very surprising for me to see these guys drop down. Mercedes have not been on a good run recently. They started the championship so strong as well. So almost replicating what's happening in Formula One, but they were never quite as strong as the Formula One Mercedes team. Then looking down, actually, I cut this at 20 drivers, but there are actually 25 drivers classified in the championship so far this season. And there does tend to be drivers dropping in and out as the races go on, because drivers have different race commitments, like Nico Muller, who has the DTM commitments and needs to be replaced by Ericsson. But I suppose for me, the most surprising thing here is to see the likes of Maxi Gunter, Andre Lotterer so far down in the point standings as well. And look at Pascal Wehrlein. Pascal Wehrlein is only in 12th. He had a rake of points from the last 2 races, but of course they were all taken away from him. Well, nearly all taken away from him. He did get the 4th classified at the last round. And then looking at the teams standing, so Mercedes are still, how are they? They're still on top of the championship. These guys are all taking points away from each other. Tech Cheetah are in second, only 3 points behind now. Jean-Eric Verne has qualified really well. Actually, I've nearly forgot to check how the race is going. So they're doing the grid walk at the moment. So comment here, they're shooting themselves in the foot by not streaming live races. I'm off to watch the inferior quality TV live stream. Thanks for the chat at Winning Formula. Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's absolutely ridiculous. I have so many devices trying to figure out where I'm getting my stream from these days. It's actually, I think it's on BBC Red Button as well, but I have the Sky service, and getting the BBC Red Button, it's way down the list somewhere. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I really do have a very big issue with how they are broadcasting at the moment. Anyway, I'm going a little bit off topic there. We have Jaguar in 3rd place, who are a further 4 points off the lead. So really tight in the Constructors' Championship as well, even tighter than drivers. Mortara, of course, was the last winner. Who is going to win today? No idea. I'd be surprised if it's Cassidy, but maybe I can do a reverse curse on him here. And then the starting grid, of course, we have Cassidy starting first, Jean-Eric Verne starting second, Alex Lynn starting third, Gunter is in 4th, Buemi 5th, Verline 6th, Degrassi 7th, Roland 8th, and Sims 9th, and Lotterer 10th. And I guess most interesting, Franz, who is second in the championship, is in 11th. And Mortara, look at that, Mortara starting in last. This is the usual way with Formula E. So we're getting ready to go here. I can't actually hear anything what's going on. Let's see if I can get some volume back into my earphones. All right, we're getting ready to go here. Now this is exciting. And they're off. They are off. That was a good start. So Cassidy has had a great start. And look, Lynn is up into second. Oh my God, Lynn has gone really wide here. Really, really wide. This is not good for Alex Lynn. Oh, I'm so disappointed with that. Buemi's up into 3rd. A great start for Buemi then. Gunter's in 5th. Degrassi's in 6th. It was a great start from Cassidy. Look at that. Jean-Eric Verne, though, he's interested in getting him. We shall see how this goes. But that was an interesting start. So unfortunate for Lynn. I really like Lynn. I feel like he deserves a very good result. And he's struggling at the moment to get in there. So he's dropped down to 5th. Hopefully he can fight back. Now, there's a couple of guys dropping down the order here as well. It looks like Bird didn't have a good start. De Vries hasn't had a good start. Evans has just overtaken Turvey for 14th place. De Costa, who's 3rd in the championship, is 13th. Mortara has made up 1 position. He's up into 23rd. Can you believe it? 23rd. So we have a yellow flag as well at the moment. Yellow flag. What has happened? It could be anything. The race directors don't really like to show us the action in Formula E for whatever reason. Just one of those little quirks. Let's see if we can get our race leader up here. So of course it's Cassidy leading the race, and I really hope that he can do well in this race, because I really jinxed him the last time. Really did. Verne is the man I'm looking at today. Verne is my favourite to win today's race. He's not necessarily the driver I want to win the race, but I think he's my favourite. Buemi looks very aggressive as well, so he's really fast in qualifying today. He's up into 3rd now. He usually doesn't have a good race car, but the fact he's in 3rd, if he can stay in the mix, energy usage and all of that, very important. Very, very important. Let me see what else is going on here. So on the screen at the moment, so I've added the clock to give you an idea as to where I'm at in the race. So I know there's a bit of a delay because of the stream I'm using. there is a lag, and if you're watching on satellite, I might be way behind you, probably a minute behind. But if something major happens, let me know in the comments and I can prepare myself for that. I think that's fair enough. Attack mode is open. Great. Oh, we have another yellow flag. Cassidy's on the radio. Good, good, good. Sector 3. Okay. Yeah, you can see Vern though he's pulled a small gap now from Buemi, so maybe Buemi is the cork in the bottle here, and he's created. Look at that for a train of cars. They are nose to tail all the way down to. Oh, it was the BMW. It was Dennis in 12th place, so that is a big train from 3rd to 12th. So we're going to have very tight racing. And then when they go for attack mode, look at that. Attack mode there is on the hairpin. You can actually see it there on the screen at the moment that I have. So it's right over there on the left-hand side. That's the hairpin. That's where we have attack mode. And the drivers have to run really wide to get that activated. Set day camera is under investigation for a technical infringement. That they won't tell us what it is probably, and we'll never understand what it is. Fastest lap for Vern. There we're looking at the Mahindra garage. Mahindra, they're both of their cars in the top 10. We have Lynn in 5th and Sims is in 8th. Sims is also a very good driver. I actually really like that pairing. I like that lineup. I know they're changing it up next season. I think it's Roland is joining Mahindra next season. I'm not sure who's exiting yet. I don't think it has been officially announced who's exiting. Verline is in 7th. I wouldn't read into that too much. We know Verline does like to break the rules a little bit. Turvey is now under investigation, so this is for power overuse. That's probably a slam dunk if they're investigating that. Where is Turvey at the moment? He's in 17th. And his teammate Blunkfist is in 20th. Ooh, somebody is locked up there. It was Lynn by the looks of it. Amazingly, I feel so relaxed watching this by comparison to the Formula 1. I really do. It's I don't have any major vested interests here, and I just want to see a good race. And I can just sit back now and enjoy this race. Do need to see a bit of action though. Not much going on out there at the moment. We've had a couple of yellow flags. We don't know why. I guess bodywork. Oh, who's this now? It's Sims. No, it's Lynn. Okay, Lynn took the attack mode. I actually thought it was further down there. So, funnily enough, he is just behind Sims now. So he's come back out. So he tried to re-enter the track there, and there was just nowhere to go. So he had to hit the brakes. Otherwise, he was going to be crushed into the wall. That's interesting. Vern has set another fastest lap. So Vern is going after this. Sete Camera is into the pit. Was that Sims letting Lynn go through? Yes, he did. Okay, good teamwork there. You don't see a lot of teamwork actually in Formula E. That's really good to see. So Sims recognizing that Lynn has attack mode and he's let him go. Now Lynn is all over the back of Verline. Rast is also on attack mode, but Rast is in 23rd place, so we won't get too excited about that. But actually, Rast is tied 3rd in the championship, and he's right behind Mortara in 2nd place, who is, of course, the championship leader. Okay, so we have Gunter and Degrassi going for attack, and they made that really well. So they came back out without being crushed into the wall by other cars. So they've activated theirs. Graphics on the screen. So attack mode 2 times during the race. Okay, that's good. They clarified that, because we did have one race this year where they used 3 attack modes. wasn't the biggest fan in the world of 3 attack modes. It really just made the race very gimmicky. I like the 2 attack modes because there's a bit of strategy involved in this. A little bit of strategy. Lynn gets past Verline. There we go. But now the problem Lynn has is he has Degrassi and Gunter ahead of him. And they're both in attack mode, and they both have more attack mode than him left. So this has not worked out very well for Lynn. I think he was in 5th when he took attack mode. I think actually where he lost most positions was by just being boxed out when he tried to re-enter the track. I'd say there are plenty of drivers who would have kept the foot down. Oh, there's Vern and Buemi. They've both taken attack mode. Is Buemi going to get his position? Yes, Buemi just about manages to hold on to 3rd place. So he had enough of a gap because Gunter took attack mode. Sims and Roland have also taken their attack mode. Now Verline will try to get his position back from Lynn. When Lynn's attack mode runs out, I guess. But Cassidy hasn't activated his attack mode yet. We don't have timing on the screen again today. I'd like gaps, I should say. I'd like to see the gap between Cassidy and Vern. Surely Cassidy has to go for it next time round. Vern, though, will be closing that gap now with the extra power that he has. So Vern potentially could take the lead when Cassidy goes for attack mode. Somebody locked up there. It wasn't Cassidy, it must have been Bird. Okay, Cassidy, he's going for it. Here we go. Oh, and look at this. Here's Vern coming around. Oh, he just about misses out. Okay, Cassidy just maintains his lead. That was a nice little bit of action there. Vern will be kicking himself. You can see he actually thought about it. He thought about squeezing Cassidy into the wall, but you can't do that. Vern knows that better than anyone. Vern, very smart driver. Very smart. So Lynn, his attack mode has now expired, and I guess he's going to have Verline for close company very, very soon. But now, look at this. We have Vern right on the tail of Cassidy. And I guess now that Vern has realised he's not going to get the overtake on the first attack mode, he'll just have to try and overtake him properly, on track. A nice, good old-fashioned on-track overtake. And it's very possible in Formula E because the cars can run really close to each other. There isn't really that dirty air effect that we're used to from Formula 1 either. Yeah, they're very close. Full regen this lap for Cassidy. Oh look, there's Lynn is going for his second attack mode. So Lynn is he's utilising the option here to get it out of the way early. We've seen drivers do this in the past. I've never really seen a consistent pattern in any races where if you take it early it works really well, or if you leave it late it works really well. It really depends on safety cars and crashes and everything else like that. And of course it comes down to energy usage at the end, because there are certain drivers that just have to coast their way to the end because they just get the calculation wrong. I'm always amazed when I see, especially in the last race, the Mexican E-Prix, where you see some cars time it perfectly so that they have just 0.0, so they go 0.10 just as they cross the line. It's such awesome calculations when they do it like that. Then of course you have the Valencia situation where they all run out of energy like halfway through the final lap. That wasn't so good. The race leader though does have a responsibility here to ensure that they're, well, I don't know. It's debatable, isn't it? It's debatable. Does the race leader, they have as good reason as anyone to slow down the pace of the race and to ensure that you do less laps? I don't think it matters. It's not like they can go so fast that they're going to squeeze in an additional 2 laps at the end of the race. There really aren't those types of margins in this level of motorsport. So I guess it doesn't matter. So Lin now is the only remaining driver in the top 10 that has attack mode, with the exception of Cassidy. Cassidy's out front. He has about a minute left. Well, Lin has 3 minutes of attack mode remaining. And look, he's up behind Verline again. What can he do with this? So can he get a quick overtake on Verline? Gunter is right up on the tail of Buemi as well. Buemi, as I said earlier, he is this cork in the bottle. Bird and Nato fighting out here for 15th and 16th place respectively. It's amazing to see these. Oh, Lin and Verline have crashed. They've gotten going again, but they've lost 1 or 2 positions. Oh, Verline is going to be out of the race. There's some kind of rubbing going on there in the car. I think his suspension is broken. Yeah, that tire pointing in the wrong direction. Everyone's overtaking him. No, that car doesn't sound good. Oh, no, he can't get it turned going around the corner. That looks like a broken suspension. So here we are now. Oh, so Lin did get past Verline at some point because Lin was in front of Verline, and Verline, he rear-ended him. He just ran right into the back of Lin, spun Lin around. I think Lin doesn't have too much damage. He lost 1 position. Lin lost a position to Roland there, so he's down to 7th now. And he has just under a minute of attack mode left. Verline has made it to the pits. I think we can safely say that Verline is out. Lotterer is in 11th. Lotterer has really failed to be impressive at all this season. He used to sparkle a little bit when he was with DS Tech Cheetah, and he would have some very good races. He clearly wasn't at the same level as John-Eric Verne, but it's so disappointing he can't do anything. So Verline, we've just had a shot of him getting out of the car. Can Verline change car? Can he get into the spare car? I know those days are gone where they raced half the race in one car and then switched to the other car. It looked like there was a spare car in the garage. That's all I will say. Maybe it was just a nose cone. Now, Degrassi is up. He's in 6th now. And so he's gone past Roland. So Roland obviously got past Degrassi at some point as well. I was getting very excited looking at the replays of the Lin and Verline incident and clearly missed that one. That looks like it's Lotterer taking attack mode. No, it's not. It's Roland. So Roland takes his second attack mode now. He's lost the position to Lin because of this. I'm sure he'll be back up pressuring Lin really soon again. Buemi and Degrassi. Degrassi is past Buemi, so he must have gotten past Buemi when Buemi took his attack mode. So they both now used both of their attack modes. Degrassi has about 3 minutes of attack mode left. Buemi has the 4 minutes. So Buemi will be pressuring Degrassi at the end of his attack mode stint. Gunter now is up into 3rd place. How are the Mercs doing? Let's have a look and see how are the Mercs doing at the moment. Van Dorn. Oh, De Vries is in 16th and Van Dorn is in 18th. No more points. No points for Mercedes this race again, unless something dramatic happens. Verne and Gunter have activated attack mode, and Sims has now just activated as well, and it looks like that's one of the Mercs. It's probably De Vries has activated attack mode. Yeah, it is De Vries. So Cassidy still has to take his second attack mode. I guess Verne is going to attempt this one more time where he's going to try and get really, really close to Cassidy in this lap with the extra power he has and see if he can squeeze him when Cassidy is returning to the track after attack mode. I guess this is the equivalent of the pit strategies in Formula One. So here we go. We don't have Cassidy on the screen at the moment. Yellow flag. What's going on now? Yellow flag out there. Okay. Evans. It sounds like there's an issue with Evans. Oh, Evans is stopped on the track. What part of the track is this? Is this going to be a safety car? Okay, so it's not in the attack modes. Cassidy got his attack mode. Oh, we missed it. They didn't show us. They didn't show. This was the most exciting part of the race and they didn't show us. Cassidy took his attack mode. He's still in first place. So I don't know if there was any kind of battle between himself and Verne. They didn't show us. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Degrassi's attack mode has run out. Buemi isn't that close to Degrassi. I'm so used to these two battling, you know, for years back now in Formula E, but Buemi just doesn't have the speed of the Audi. We'll see now with the last minute of his attack mode if he can close this gap a bit. But interestingly, Buemi is under pressure now from Roland, his teammate. And I said earlier, Roland really seems to be outshining his teammate this season. In both qualifying and in the race. More so in the race than qualifying. So this could be confirmation of my theory. And Roland has gone past Buemi. And it's ridiculous. I'm looking at this on the timing side of the screen. None of this is being shown to us by the race director. Oh, look, there we go. There's Rollins, there's Buemi. But guess what, guys? You missed the overtake. Gunter has 58% usable energy and Cassidy has 55%. Good driving, Gunter. That could be really good for the end of the race for him. That could be really, really good. Cassidy is still leading. Good for Cassidy. Really, he had a shocker in Rome. I know he did have issues with the car as well, but talk about bottling it from pole position. Look at that. All the cars there just going past Evans' car, which is on the side of the track. It's not hugely safe. Not hugely safe. I'm surprised there wasn't a full course yellow or a safety car or something so that they could clear that car. But so far nothing. And what change does this make to the championship? It actually just puts Verne up into second and it puts him within 4 points of Mortara. Mortara, of course, not picking up any points at the moment. Full course yellow, there we go. Full course yellow. We got it. We've got a full course yellow. Full course yellow. Evans is still in the car. Can you believe it? He's just watching the action. I guess if he had jumped out of the car on an active racetrack, there would have certainly been a safety car. That's not good news for anybody who is in attack mode at the moment, of course. Yeah, he just pulled it over. Yeah, out of juice, the commentator says. Yeah, absolutely. He must have run out of fuel. I say that in jest, of course. Okay. We're back. We're back racing. And Verne is very close to Cassidy there. This is the first time we've seen Cassidy and Verne in quite a while. We never saw Cassidy since he got his attack mode. We didn't see him take his attack mode. Okay, yeah. Cassidy has a little bit of attack mode remaining. And let's see what he can do with that. Frines is up into 6th. This is good. No energy reduction because of the yellow flag, or the full course yellow. Well, it was very short. It was hardly even a lap. The car must have been in a really good position for them. Yeah, Cassidy has pulled out a little bit of a gap on Jean-Eric Verne. Jean-Eric in turn has a good gap back to Gunter, and that is Lotterer taking his attack mode. Costa has also taken his. Lotterer has dropped to... He's dropped to 10, but Costa dropped 4 positions when he took his attack mode. Ugh, shocker. Shocker. The fan boost. Vern has fan boost, Bird has fan boost, Costa has fan boost, De Vries has fan boost, and Van Dorn has fan boost. De Vries and Van Dorn definitely get fan boost in every single race. I think Bird gets it quite a bit. Costa seems to get it quite a bit. I don't think Vern usually gets the fan boost that often. Degrassi usually gets fan boost. So Vern has stolen Degrassi's fan boost. Degrassi won't be happy with that. But it can really work against you, as we've seen. If you underutilize your fan boost, you get penalized. Just ask Pascal Wehrlein all about that. This is great. I haven't had to change the race leader yet in this race. This is easy going for me today. They have the helmet cam on Lotterer. Be nice if they actually made that full screen so we could see a little bit of that action. Not a huge amount of overtaking happening at the moment, but then again, there were a few overtaking moves so far in this race that we just weren't showing them. This has been a very poor show from the TV director today. It really has. They've shown us nothing. We got the replay of the incident between Wehrlein and Lynn, and that's about it. We've missed most of the major overtakes in this race. We missed Roland and Buemi. We missed Cassidy taking his second attack mode. I'm a little bit annoyed. But I said I'm going to enjoy this race, so I'm just going to enjoy it. Okay. I was about to check the usable energy and it disappeared. That's alright. It'll be back. There is the Buemi train again. It's not as long as it used to be, though. There's only about 5 cars in it now. Jake Dennis has taken his attack mode and he's managed to stay ahead of Da Costa. Both of those guys now are in 11th and 12th, just outside the points. Bird is in 13th and he's the only Jaguar left in the race as well. So he's outside of the points. Trying to think about the Constructors battle. The Constructors... what way was the Constructors Championship looking again? Constructors. We had Mercedes 3 points ahead of Tech Cheetah, and Tech Cheetah were 1 point ahead of Jaguar. So Mercedes and Jaguar, I could show you what I'm looking at. So Mercedes and Jaguar aren't getting any points so far in this race. It doesn't look like they will. Van Dorn is in 16th. De Vries is in 7th. Oh, Van Dorn is ahead of his teammate now. Good going, Van Dorn. But still way outside of the points. Bird is in 13th. Bird could potentially do something depending on how things finish up here in this race. But, so courtesy of Vern, Tech Cheetah are going to take the lead in the Constructors' Championship after this race. Assuming everything stays the way it's supposed to be. Let's go back to the watch-along screen. Nothing has changed in terms of the lead. Anyway, we still have Cassidy leading. He's doing a really good job actually out front. Really good. Very solid from Gunter as well. Gunter impresses me a lot. I think he's a very good young driver in Formula E. The BMW I Andretti it doesn't seem as good as it was last season, unfortunately. But we've seen glimpses of it from time to time. We definitely have seen glimpses. Let's not forget, Dennis won a race this season as well. So it's not totally out of the question that we have a BMW doing something. So Lynn is in 9th and Sims is in 10th. Lynn has had a bit of action since this race started. Of course, he ran wide on the very first corner. Da Costa trying to pull a move on Sims, and we actually got to see it. That's unbelievable. Oh my god, I don't know what to do with myself. We've actually seen a little bit of action happening on the track. Apparently Gunter has caught up to Vern as well. Fastest lap for Nato in 16th. Nice. I think you don't get points though if you're outside the top 10. Turvey is out of the race. Verline is out of the race. Evans is also out of the race. Oh, somebody really locked up there and they cut away from it. You have to assume they're still going and they haven't run into the wall or anything like that. Now, Lynn is in 9th. So he's made it past Dennis. And Dennis has attack mode and he got past him. Great. That's really good. Good going, Lynn. You are a fast driver. Here we are now on board with Cassidy. Cassidy, well, not quite on board, but looking at Cassidy. Cassidy is... he has a very small gap now from Vern. And Vern, in turn, has a very small gap from Gunter, who, in turn, has a very small gap from Degrassi. So there's a nice little battle happening here. Who's this now? This is Dennis. And Dennis is trying to get past Lynn. And... it gets a little bit squirrely there, but he's gotten through. He's gotten through. Oh, Sims is going to try and get past Lynn now. And Costa is going to go past. No. It's the other way around. It was Sims. It's Sims who gets pushed over to the side. Sims is... Sims is down into 14th place now. 14th place. Oh, talk about a move. Somebody's in trouble here. Oh, it's Dennis. Oh no, I was only just talking about them. Oh, I've done it again. Oh, okay, who do we not like? Tell me somebody we don't like and I will start talking about them. Okay, well, it moves Van Dorn, De Vries and Mortara up a position. Where's Rast? Rast is in 12th. Oh, Rast. Every single point is crucial these days because the championship is so tight. Van Dorn, incidentally, is the only driver with attack mode at the moment, and he's using that. So Dennis is still going. Bird is in 10th. There you go. A Jaguar in the points. I think it'll still put Tech Cheetah into first in the championship as things stand, with Vern in second place. And DaCosta is in 11th now, so DaCosta is very close to the points as well. But he will have to get past Bird if he wants to do that. And that's easier said than done, that's for sure. Bird is a very fast driver. Oh, look at the top four now. They are nose to tail yet again. So this is really good. So we're really set up now for a really nice last 14 minutes here. Really nice 14 minutes. So we have Cassidy doesn't have as much usable energy as the BMW for Gunter. That much I remember from when they showed us the usable energies earlier. Degrassi is usually very good as well with the usable energy, so I'd love to see how much he has left as well. As for Vern, I've no idea. Vern is a good driver. I'm sure he has enough. So Friends now is in 5th place. Temperature is critical for Degrassi. Degrassi though, look how close he is to the BMW, so he's going to try and pull off something here. I guess he has to. So temperatures being critical, yeah, he needs to get a little bit of cooling into that battery. temperature is critical. Alrighty, I got the timing back working again. That's good. So, yeah, this is going to be an exciting end to the race by the looks of it. Cassidy has taken a little bit of a gap again on Vern. So Gunter has 30% energy, Degrassi has 28. Vern has 29, just like Degrassi, and Cassidy has 28%. So Cassidy has the least amount of energy out of all the guys in the top 4 at the moment. Whether or not that becomes a factor, I don't know. And maybe the reason they've bunched up is because Cassidy is trying to slow it down slightly so that they have to do one less. Vern is using his fan boost. Here we go, here we go. He's done nothing with it though. Apart from he got really close to the back of Cassidy there for a second, but he wasn't able to get the move done. That's a little bit unfortunate. Bird, De Costa, Van Dorn and De Vries haven't used their fan boost yet. Rast is into 10th. Rast is in the points. What does this mean for the championship? I've given up doing the calculations now. They'll show us at the very end. Certainly this result as it stands is really going to help Vern's championship cause and the Tech Cheetah cause for the Constructors Championship. Vern wasn't within that 10-point gap. There's a yellow flag out there for some reason. Getting a lot of garage shots at the moment, so these guys are really concerned about something, or else the director just really wants to show us the garage. And it's not just one team in particular, they're randomly going through the teams. Yeah, Gunter has 2% more energy. Da Costa is using his attack mode now. He's in 12th, Lynn is in 11th. So I guess he's trying to overtake Lynn at the moment. And we'll never know. We'll never know. Lynn is still in 11th and Da Costa is still in 12th. Look at this now. Who's going to be the first one to blink? Who's going to be the first to try and pull off a move here out of these top 4? I would argue that Gunter doesn't really have to pull off a move. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, sure, he's in 3rd and he obviously wants to win the race, but he has 2% more energy than the race leader. So Cassidy's going to have to coast a little bit more as we get towards the end of this race. Just a little bit more. Yeah, so we're into the final 10 minutes of this race. And of course, there's one additional lap that needs to be driven. So this is... Oh, look at that. That's the helmet cam with Gunter. The quality is shockingly bad. The technology. Not too impressive at the moment, but it's a nice camera angle. See, he's checking his mirrors, going side to side. Whoa, he almost ran into the back of not Lotter. So used to saying Lotter in a Tech Cheetah. That's like 2 years ago now at this stage. He almost ran into the back of Vern there. Was that when he was looking in his mirror? He didn't look ahead. So far, so good with the top 4. All very clean, very uniform coming through here. Nobody really looks like they're shaping up for a move just yet. They're... Okay, so the commentary team... Oh! Okay, so Vern went for the move on Cassidy. Didn't work out for him, but at the same time we saw that Degrassi locked it up big time. It looked like Degrassi almost went into the back of Gunter. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, Vern has got the move done. Oh my good. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Cassidy has lost 4 positions in that one move. Vern pulls the move on Cassidy, pushes him out wide. Gunter takes the lead, and in the meantime, Degrassi manages to get past Cassidy. So Cassidy had his race majorly compromised there by the move of Vern. It was really not a clean move from Vern. I wonder if that's going to be looked at. Now Vern obviously is trying to pull off a move on Gunter, he's in first place. This is great. Wow, what a moment of action that was. That was fantastic. Yeah, and they're telling him, Gunter, that is, they're telling him he has 1% more energy than Vern. But Vern is aggressive. He's trying to get that move done. He is trying to get the move done. All right, so Cassidy, I'm really sorry. You're not in the lead anymore. You're not in the lead anymore. It's Gunter, and we'll see for how long he's in the lead. Degrassi now is getting very interested in getting past Vern, and I think Degrassi and Vern had the same amount of energy, perhaps, so it's not as much of an issue. Maybe, perhaps, possibly. There you go. Gunter is leading the race. And I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want to put the jinx on him. What's going to happen here between Vern and Degrassi? Degrassi is he's sly, you know. When he gets into these types of positions, he usually comes away with a good result. He did that exact thing in Mexico. In the first of the 2 rounds in Mexico, he actually ended up winning the race. He came second on track, but when Verline got disqualified, he won the race. That's Degrassi. And Degrassi, of course, went mental in the car when they told him afterwards. Like, happy mental, but it was good. It's good to see that kind of emotion. Gunter has put a small gap on Vern. Maybe he's just capitalizing on that extra energy that he has. And Degrassi now, it looks like... So they're all on 14% and Cassidy is on 13%. But Degrassi now looks like he's really close here. Really, really close. Let's see if they can manage to pull off any kind of move. Okay, so Franz can go to the top of the championship. And Vern can go into 3rd, they're saying. That would be interesting. So he would overtake his teammate De Costa. Where's De Costa at right now? I would love to tell you. I know he was in around 11th the last time I saw. But unfortunately, my stream has gone really blocky. Really low res. I can make out the on-track action. Oh, so Cassidy now has Franz for company. Will Franz get past? This could be more of the team championship and team orders, because of course Franz is going for this championship. He's really high up, so he could be. Oh, I can't keep up. Mortara is leading the championship at the moment. Franz was in 2nd. But Vern could be up into 3rd. Franz could be into 1st. And he could, those, as I said, every point counts in this championship. So if Franz can get past his teammate, then that bodes really, really well for him. Really well. Yeah, Rast is in 10th. So how is this race going to end? We're getting close now to the end. Just look at that, just 2 minutes left. And of course, there is, of course, an additional lap that needs to happen as well. But yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I have been kicked off my stream. If ever there was a time for this to happen, it wasn't now. But the good news, I do have the timings. I still have the timings. Yeah. Okay. Gunter is holding on there. Look at this. We're coming now. We're coming into the last minute of this race. Cassidy is still hanging on from his teammate at least, so there hasn't been any obvious team orders yet to let him go past. Yeah, what can Friends do? Friends is going to have to try to get past his teammate if they're not going to give him the call to do this. It could be really crucial. So bad. I feel so bad though for Cassidy. You know, that was an overzealous move from Jean-Eric Verne. Like it was nice. It looked good on screen, wheel-to-wheel racing and all that, but he compromised his race so badly in doing that, and Cassidy doesn't have the usable energy of the other three ahead, so there's no chance of him getting back. Unless Verne does something similar again and just opens the door for him. I'm not convinced that is going to happen at all. Not convinced. Will Degrassi now try to get past Jean-Eric Verne? That's the big question. So Gunter is still leading. Come on, Gunter, you can do this. You can do this. Verne is holding off Degrassi, but look at that, Degrassi is so close, and Cassidy now has dropped back a good bit. Well, not a huge amount, but he's not going to be able to pick up the pieces if there's some kind of, once again, another overzealous move here. Yeah, Friends all over the back of Cassidy, but he's not going through. He's not going through. Oh, Jev is being investigated. Jev is being investigated. So do we possibly, we're on the final lap, by the way. Our timer has gone past 0. Do we possibly have Jev disqualified or moved down? Checkered flag. There we go. Gunter wins, or at least we assume he wins until they tell us otherwise. Race winner, Gunter. Congratulations, Gunter. Maxi Gunter. Great. Yes, he does take the win for the Andretti team. Great result. Great result. There we go. I'm quite happy with that outcome. So Verne is being investigated. It's just come up on the FIA tracker that I'm looking at on my other screen here. So Verne is being investigated. Degrassi is in third for the time being. He may actually manage to get second out of this. Fantastic though. Great to see Gunter win. And that's two. That's 2 wins for BMW now this season. There I was saying they didn't look quite as good this season as they did last season. I still stand by that. It's such a crazy season. Anyone could win this championship. But that was an exciting finish. There wasn't that much action in the end, but that move between Jev and Cassidy, that was the turning point in this race. And Yeah, Cassidy did finish in 4th. He finished in 4th. Franz has finished in 5th. Buemi is in 6th. That's a good result for Buemi, and he managed to stay ahead of his teammate Roland as well. I was really interested in that one. So Roland did not get past his teammate. Lotterer picks up some points for Porsche in 8th. Bird is in 9th. That's important for Jaguar and for the championship. And Rast is in 10th. So a double points finish for Audi again. 3rd and 10th. Potentially 2nd and 10th. We will find out. Let's see where the other protagonists finished outside of that. Lynn was in 11th. Oh, it's a bad race for Lynn. That's a bad race for Lynn. I feel bad for him. That didn't work out for him. He's a very exciting driver. He's a fast driver, but he just had such bad luck. He really does have very bad luck. He was just, he was minding his own business, and he got rammed out of it there earlier on in the race, and it just didn't help him at all. And he had an unfortunate incident as well when he took his first attack mode. Who do we have after that? So we have Da Costa in 12th, De Vries in 13th, Mortara in 14th. Oh, no points for those guys. Mortara, of course, was leading the championship before this. I think Franz now goes into the lead of the championship. Nato's 15th, Blunkfist 16th, Ericsson 17th, Seta Camera 18th, Dennis 19th, Sims 20th, Van Dorn 21st. Yeah, these guys are all out of the race. So Dennis, Sims, Van Dorn, Evans, Turvey and Verline all went out of the race. I didn't realise that Van Dorn went out of the race. Another horrible result for Mercedes. What's going on with Mercedes? They started the season so strongly and they've really dropped off. It's just not suiting them. Oh, Gunter is very happy with his win, and I would be ecstatic as well. Great job. He did really well with the energy. I thought it might come down to energy at the very end, but actually, he was opportunistic. He took the opportunity when it came up. Jev pushed Cassidy wide. Gunter just slipped in there and went past both of them. It was a great move. Great opportunistic move, and he did so well. So yeah, Jev and Cassidy, the incident has been noted, whatever that means. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a penalty coming Jev's way. Probably a 5-second penalty for that, I would hazard a guess. So 5 seconds, let's see. So Jev finished 2 seconds behind the leader. That's irrelevant. 0.8 of a second behind him was Degrassi. 2 seconds behind him was Cassidy. And 3 seconds behind him was Franz. 4 seconds was Buemi. 4.5 Roland. 5-second penalty could drop him down to 8th place by my estimation. 7th. That would be my guess. So if he gets a 5-second penalty, it's going to be 7th for Jean-Eric Verne. But we will wait to see what happens in the coming hours, or tomorrow morning we'll find out eventually what happened there. But for the time being, it's Gunter. He's our race winner. Of course, the result has to be confirmed by the FIA. I've noticed that they've started adding that to all of their Formula E graphics, which made me smile because it's so true. So we assume Gunter has won this race. Congratulations to Gunter. I'll be back on air for the next round of the championship. So tomorrow evening, I think it's 6:25 Irish time and UK time, which would be perfect just before the big match. So a little bit of Formula E before the big match. And yeah, looking forward to that based on what I've seen today. The only concern I have, there wasn't an awful lot of overtaking on the track today. But a little bit of that is probably down to the race director as well, just not showing us some of the action. But there you go. I want to hang on and wait and hear the interview with Jev. If they're going to do that, I guess they'll go to the Grassi first because he came third. They seem a little bit better with that in Formula E in terms of interviewing the drivers in the reverse order. All right. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you very much for joining us today for this stream. Ah, Daniel, yes, thanks for the watch along. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, I appreciate all the support I can get. I'm hoping for a very exciting race tomorrow as well. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Please, please, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell if you're so inclined. I'm not a great fan of hitting the bell myself, I must admit. Just don't need all the notifications, but you know, if you want. Thanks very much. Speak to you soon.